Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, if you guys didn't hear Russ, basically when he found him, he had been in this truck stranded for about 2 hours, stuck on 11th Street near I-10 heading to Orange. So luckily we were able to find him. Obviously, he was able to flicker his lights on as we were going down 11th Street. Jordan and I noticed him. Jordan was able to get out, help him out of his truck, and right now we are heading towards MLK to where he lives, so hopefully we can get as close as we can. We know MLK is pretty flooded right now. We couldn't even get off of the exit without seeing cars abandoned in front of us. So that's what we're doing right now. We're heading down 69 South toward MLK, in a sense, in Lamar University, trying to help our friend Russ out, who we just helped get out of his car, who was stuck there for about 2 hours. But again, we just want to, I'm sure Russ will tell you, to be careful out tonight. I'm going to switch this over so you guys can get a look at what we're getting. Just be careful when you guys are out driving tonight. I'm sure he didn't expect it. I'm sure a lot of people who have had to leave their cars out here tonight, this morning, weren't expecting the conditions that we're seeing.
And also, like, as we're seeing right now, there's a car reversing right now on 69. So, like, you have to take it easy out on the roads because you never know, what's going to happen out on the roads.
Right.
So this is never a good scene when you see folks reversing, but some folks are deciding to do this because the conditions are impassable.
Right. And I don't know if this is good news or not, but we have seen fire trucks and emergency personnel out here on the highway, going down the feeder roads, checking every car that has been abandoned to make sure people are not inside, and if they are, they're able to rescue them. We have seen that commonly here in the past 15-20 minutes, going down I-10 through Beaumont and then coming down southbound towards 69. In terms of the weather right now and the driving conditions, the rain obviously is continuing to come down. That hasn't stopped pretty much all morning and all night. There's no flooding in this area as we're heading towards the Port Neches exit. But again, if you guys are driving, stay on the highways. I-10 and 69 seem to be pretty easily accessible in terms of driving along. They're not really flooded, but basically any feeder road, every exit we've seen along this stretch of the Cardinal Drive and I-10 interchange, I mean, it's just almost washed away at this point. I don't know if you guys saw the Washington Boulevard shots that me and Jordan showcased earlier, but that's pretty much what we were seeing at every exit and feeder road at this point. So we're going to try and help our friend Russ again, try and get back to his home after helping him. He was stuck there again for 2 hours in his truck. We found him on 11th Street. Hopefully there's not other people like him that are stranded. I know emergency personnel are out here tonight looking for people like that. So we're going to let you guys get back to work at the station and keep people informed on other areas. But we're going to keep you guys updated as much as we can here in the Beaumont area. And again, we're going to try and help our friend Russ get back home safely. So Jordan, Eric, I'm going to send it back to you guys.
So glad you guys were in the right place at the right time. Good luck on getting him home safely tonight.
And after 2 hours of him waiting it out, stranded in his vehicle there. As you see at the bottom of your screen, BISD closed today, Vidor ISD closed today. We have a long list of districts that are at this point on a delay. And we will certainly get more information if other districts decide to completely close. This all because of the flash flood emergency. We've got Vidor and Beaumont particularly telling people, stay where you are, shelter in place.
That's the terms they're using right now, is to shelter in place. If you haven't done so already, download our 12 News Now app. You have all the push alerts and up-to-date radar. Stay with us on the app, because if you lose power, at least you can stay connected on the app. So very valuable, and to have that app and to be able to even communicate with your family to show them what the situation like is in your area. So 12 News Now app. Speaking, we're going to talk about Winnie a little bit. I think that we're starting to get some reports of the rescues and exactly boats that they're using to rescue people.
This is new information. I'm on our 12 News Facebook page right now. The sheriff there in Chambers County saying Winnie is absolutely devastated. The sheriff's office, Chambers County, has deployed high water rescue vehicles and airboats. The county judge managing the Emergency Operations Center and establishing a Red Cross shelter. This confirms what we had reported earlier at White Park. Red Cross shelter, White Park. There's also a staging area at the East Chambers ISD Dome. Rescues are prioritized by emergency needs. He's shared a couple of photos, and we've posted them on our 12 News Facebook page. They've got airboats out right now in Winnie, trying to get to people.
That's the only way at this point, the only way to get to people.
And again, confirming there, guys in the back, if you're watching with us, this information coming straight from the Chambers County Sheriff about shelter locations and what's happening in Winnie. We'll share that as we get additional information from the sheriff, who is describing Winnie as being devastated.
Devastated.
It's bad, very bad indeed. And we've heard also about, again, the problems around Hampshire for that.
Exactly.
So
we're waiting to get more word from that, from the Hampshire Fernet area. But Patrick, the lightning is still firing up on radar.
yeah, we're watching the radar right now, and unfortunately, we're listening as you know, many of you wake up around the Beaumont area this morning trying to figure out what's going on, and while we're still sitting here,
Right.
We're flooded in. We are safe here at the station, but we're not going anywhere. We're going to stay with you during the morning hours this morning, at least here for a bit until some other folks can get to our station.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine. Just yesterday, last night, a few hours back, we were all amazed of that huge tornado that was in Chambers County. I mean, that was the big news at that moment. And now, I mean, we're dealing with a flood emergency. It's just incredible how this weather situation has evolved over the last several hours.
Patrick, we'd welcome some of your thoughts as you, I know, look at the latest radar imagery.
Yeah, the thing about it is now that I want to show you how small an area confined this really is. If you remember with Harvey, it was a much larger area that was impacted by the storm as far as the flooding. It's a very small corridor, roughly from, let's say, Liberty, Jefferson, and Chambers County that's seeing the nearly catastrophic flooding. It's not a big area, but it just continues to persist in Beaumont, back over to Vidor and off towards our west into Liberty County. So just to put things in perspective, the Lakes area doing pretty good right now. They're not in any flood warnings or anything like that, but just very torrential rainfall continues from Cleveland back over to Liberty, right on into Beaumont, including Winnie, where the catastrophic flooding is now occurring. Mauriceville, heavy rainfall. Beaumont, heavy rainfall. Also not quite as heavy up into Old Salem. Lumberton doing pretty good.
Patrick, we've got water pouring into the station right now. I'm not sure
goodness.
what, I mean, like pouring in. Guys, need some help in here. We got water pouring into the studio. As you wake up with us, 4:25 this morning. Not a good situation. We're gonna, with all the electronics, this we got to get out of here. I do think.
Yeah.
It is rapidly rising.
We may have to go off air.
Can you kill our mics for a second?